Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. We're going to talk a little bit about the WNBA draft ratings and, of course, some of the media spin, which I was able to go after. And we'll get into that as well. As you can see here, Monday's WNBA draft pulled 1.25 million viewers. Solid number, absolutely. Of course, it is still down nearly 50% from last year's. Caitlin Clark fueled 2.45 million. And you can see here, it gets worse, but you can see here, they talk about how much that is up from 2023. Yeah, that's right. The media is out here like an out of control fidget spinner, up like an 80s celebrity trying to downplay Clark's impact and sell us a fake growth story. Hey, spoiler, guess what? Nonsense. And the fans are no longer buying it. Let's rip this narrative apart. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've been enjoying the content. It really is the only way anyone sees this, and I do appreciate it. So let's start with some hard facts. 2025 WNBA draft, as everyone knows, headlined by UConn's Paige Bueckers going number 1 to Dallas. 1.25 million viewers on ESPN. Not bad. Second most watched draft ever. And crushed the pre-2024 record of 601,000. But guess what? That 601,000, unlike you'll see from the media below that we'll get into, is not from 2023. No, that record of 601,000 goes all the way back to 2004 when Diana Taurasi went number 1, and we will get into that more in a moment. But again, just so you know, it took until Caitlin Clark in 2024, 20 years later, to top the record set in 2004 if you want to talk about things like growth. Okay? But here's the kicker. Last year's draft with Caitlin Clark drew almost double what this one drew. And the media, of course, acting like 1.25 million is proof the WNBA is soaring as long as we take Caitlin Clark out of it. However, it's like saying my cousin's karaoke night is a Grammy contender because he got 10 claps. Yes, 1.25 million beat 2023's 572,000. Again, not the record. But let's not pretend that that's not riding Clark's coattails. Let's not pretend that this happens if there is no Caitlin Clark. The reason 2025 was the second most was because of Caitlin Clark's most in 2024. Her 2024 draft spiked interest in women's hoops, and those fans stuck around. They stuck around to see where people were going in this draft, to see who was going to be on what team, because they wanted to know how those rosters shaped up for the Indiana Fever. This draft was pre-2024, right? If this was 2023, pre-Clark Mania, I should say, it's pulling 600K tops. The glow's still hers, folks. Deal with it. So let's go to Elle Duncan and her big fumble. Enter ESPN's Elle Duncan. Yes, Elle had to get in on this, and it is fun because I got to play a little bit on this one too. As you can see here, Elle Duncan says, well, first of all, I got to give a shout out to Ben Deanna. I was looking for the rating stuff. I found the rating stuff, but I did miss Elle Duncan's specific comment, and Ben let me know about it. And no, Stavros, it is not a conspiracy. Go have another drink. Everything's good. Also, quick shout out to Rose at Black and White Sports 2 for mentioning this as well. Kudos. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. As you can see here, Elle says, I can help here. So we all know last year was pretty anomalous with Cece being who she is. So to track actual growth, since she isn't going to ever be drafted again or play in college again, we use 2023 metric to track actual growth and progress. 2023 was record-setting as well. Oh, Elle, bless your heart, child. Two things wrong here. First, ignoring Clark's impact is like ignoring the sun because it is too bright. She smashed every ratings record in 2024. $2.45 million for the draft, $18.9 million for the NCAA title game, $1.18 million per Fever game versus the $394,000 for non-Clark games. You don't just skip that to fake a growth story. Second L, sweetheart. Your research is sloppier in my fantasy basketball picks. Calling 2023's 572 a record is not true. As I mentioned, no. Diana Taurasi's 2004 draft had 601,000, which is higher than 2023. So that means if you're going to be honest about it, which you are incapable of doing apparently, there was no growth in the last 20 years, if not for Caitlin Clark. No growth. Because if Caitlin Clark didn't exist, this draft would also not have topped 2004. So we'd be going on 20 plus years without anyone topping the WNBA draft of 2004. I mean, come on, that was on ESPN. You can't check your own employer's stats. Are you kidding me? It's like failing a pop quiz you wrote yourself, young lady. What are you doing? Damn draft was on ESPN, and here you don't even know what's going on. The media bending over backward to erase Clark, but the numbers scream her name. Not the kind of bending over backward and screaming combo I want, but, whatever, moving on. But thankfully, again, the fans are not eating this spin. They are not eating this spin. I, of course, had to comment on this as well. Thankfully, so I clap back, right? LOL. It's funny how the media downplays Caitlin Clark's insane ratings and pretends 2023 was a record. No other sport does this. My post, which is 600, my post, which is 600 followers. That's all I have on Twitter. Because like I said, I just use it for research. I'm not big there. It's only got 1,700 views, but it's got 104 likes, which actually beats L's only 96 likes, despite her post being viewed 106,000 times. That is absolutely insane. And of course, she's also getting ratioed in the comments. It's clear fans know 2025's 1.25 million owes a ton to Caitlin Clark's 2024 wave. One user put it perfectly. Caitlin's why the WNBA is growing exponentially. 181% viewership jump. Another said she is a one-of-one superstar. The media can spin. Yeah, the media can spin, but the fans like, we're not blind, y'all. It's like trying to convince us pineapple belongs on pizza. Nice try, but we're not biting. Don't you dare enter my comments and be like, all pro pineapple on pizza. It is a commie plot. And I'm not having it. Shame on all of you. So look, here's the real thing. Here's the issue. The WNBA and its media buddies need to grow up. Clark is a generational star. She's dragged the league from 572,000 viewers in 2023, which is lower than the record set 20 years ago, to 2.45 million in 2024. Fever games average triple what the league averaged without her, but instead of celebrating her, they're playing hide and seek with her impact. Why? Fantastic question. Jealousy, agenda, narrative, whatever it is, however you want to spin it, it is a bad look. The WNBA wants to keep this growth and not just be the Caitlin Clark show. They gotta stop pretending that things like 1.25 million for this draft is some organic win. It is Clark's fans giving Bueckers a chance. Keep alienating them with this spin and this nonsense, and they're going to ditch the league faster than I ditch a pickup game when Anne Hathaway bats her eyes at me from the sideline. She's an Eagles fan, by the way. Eat your heart out, Cowboys. Embrace Clark. Market the new stars right. Maybe we'll see real growth, because if all you get is Clark, if you get all the Clark fans to say, you know what, I'm going to keep watching Clark's Fever games. I am not watching anything else. That is going to be disastrous for the league, especially with the CBA negotiations. So we're going to wrap this baby up. This draft, 1.25 million, is a big part because of Caitlin Clark. It is her record as well. It is the Caitlin Clark effect. The media keeps wanting to spin absolute nonsense, but the fans are no longer having it. They just got to ride the Clark wave, embrace her completely. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. I really appreciate you checking out this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill by now. Go ahead, do it. It's fun. You'll like it. You'll enjoy it. Click the like button. Click the subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts on the ratings and Elle Duncan in the comments below. And I will talk to you later.